I'm back. I hope you haven't decided to give up the mandolin after the first lesson. The second lesson has to do with your left hand. Now, everybody thinks when they see somebody playing the mandolin real fast and playing some cool fiddle tune or whatever, that it's all about the left hand. In reality, it's all about the right hand. The right hand has the pulse and really controls what's going on in the music. So, last time we were talking about the right hand. The right hand really, you tend to think, oh, all this complicated stuff going on here is where it's at. It's really more about the right hand, believe it or not. You'll discover that that's true. Or as David Greer, a guitar player, once said, it's real, playing the guitar, playing the mandolin is real easy. The left hand goes like this and the right hand goes like this, or vice versa. But it's more complicated than that for sure. So the left hand. So what do you want to do? How do you want to hold the mandolin? You want to basically put your thumb around it like this. Now on the guitar, they'll often say your thumb is supposed to be behind the neck, but a guitar neck is a lot fatter. Mandolin, you just kind of want your hand to go around here. And you want to be able to like sort of move up and down the neck. So you don't want to be strangling the mandolin. That's not the point. Just let your thumb go around it. And then the other thing to think about is the angle of attack of your fingers on the neck, on the fingerboard, fretboard. And you want your fingers to come straight down as much as possible. So your hand is arching up just enough as you go down to the lower strings that you can come down with your fingers, as opposed to playing like this or like this, which is what a lot of people do when they're starting out. They think they have to like lay the pad of their fingers down across the thing. Actually, what you want to do is come down with the tips of your fingers. And it really takes a long time of playing to get this down to where it's second nature. So, don't think that you're going to like learn it overnight. But that's really what you want to do, is train your hands so that your fingers are coming down, straight down on the fingerboard. Which means if you have long fingernails or false fingernails or whatever, you're going to have to trim them up a little bit. Your fingernails are going to have to be short enough that you can put your fingers down on the fretboard and get skin there and not like have fingernails. So that's a little bit of a sacrifice you might have to make, but if you want to be a good mandolin player, or even like a really average mandolin player, you got to be able to come down on the fingerboard. So some simple finger exercises which you can do are just quarter notes like this. Do them with metronome, and obviously these are not really supposed to sound like anything. They're just, in fact, you play the open note too. And you can get so that I don't really care. There are lots of different ways you could do these, but you can also go to eighth notes when you can get so you can do it. Now, any of these things from this lesson or last lesson are things that you can do when you're just sort of sitting around watching TV. If you can do it without annoying your spouse, do it softly or whatever. But the idea is to come straight down on the string And what you want to work on, and this is hard, is trying to keep your fingers down so you don't go. You want to leave your fingers down. Here's an even better exercise, even if you just did it on one string. Practice doing it on different strings even. I'm doing eighth notes. You could do quarter notes. The metronome is really good. It just seems like a pain in the neck, but it's really helpful. So the other thing to think about too is you want, in addition to coming straight down on the strings, trying to leave your fingers down, is you want to hear every note. You don't want to hear. You want to work on, so go as slowly as you need to so that you can hear each and every note.